Hey man, let's talk, man. Let's talk heavy. Let's talk, man. Mike Evans. Apparently, he looking to win a championship. I know it's hard to go from Tampa to anywhere cold. Obviously, the number one place that he possibly could be looking for, looking at is really somewhere like Buffalo. But then going up to Buffalo, that's just a whole, different type of beast. Uh, Going up to Buffalo, so I think Buffalo will be a good spot for him. And then obviously these things are going to change over after who they acquire and all that stuff. But just thinking, Kansas City, not, they got a lot of cap room too. Kansas City need that bigger wide out, with Xavier Worthy and those guys, kind of when you look at it from that standpoint of view. So, I mean, honestly, who else anywhere where they got a good quarterback at, honestly, that ain't got a lot of receivers. They tagged George Pickens. They tagged George Pickens. So if I'm them, honestly, if I'm him, I'm just when you go, obviously you look maybe what else you got out there. No, maybe you look at Denver and some of the things they got going on in Denver. Him and Cortland Sutton might be a nice little pairing. They was close. The Patriots looking at AJ Brown. If you the Eagles, but most teams don't want to play. They come on, lady. Damn, I'm trying to go and she fucking me up and shit. So you just looking, but most people don't want to play with Lamar, Jalen Hurts. So I ain't really even here to speak on that. But him in Detroit would be interesting. We know allegedly there was a deal in play with Max Crosby for Max 2 first and Terrion Arnold, and maybe they say, hey, we willing to give up J-Mo, and you got to replace J-Mo. You replace it with Mike Evans. I mean, Evans ain't going to be the long-term replacement, but maybe some people may look at Isaac Tesla as a long-term replacement eventually, or it's easier to go out there and, get a long-term replacement. Like, it's easy to get a long-term replacement because it's the receiver position. You can easily find somebody. I think Mike Evans would be a good look for them, a bigger body receiver. Consistently got better hands, more consistent than J-Mo. Don't have the speed, but he makes up what he lacks in the speed. He makes up with size. Being 6'4", 6'5", can jump up and get it. I think Goff would do well with a bigger target. So if you had to give up J-Mo, or you just wanted that extra firepower and he wanted to come here and win, and you gonna just put Tesla at the back burner, which most people gonna be like, well, why did you draft him? Hey, he can learn a lot from Mike Evans. He might be a few games that Mike Evans have to miss. You're gonna hear, well, Drew Petzing likes to do 2 tight ends. Drew Petzing said he gonna do whatever the Lions personnel permits him to do. And I won't mind getting, Mike Evans. If you're looking for a bunch of bread, then yeah, we already know that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? If he's looking to get paid, he probably best stay in Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? Go out the legend. Go out Steph Curry style, playing with one, well, Reggie Miller style. Hopefully Steph Curry go out playing with the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, go out a legend. You feel me? That would be my advice. But if he's trying to win, I think we can clear some cap space up, offer him a couple dollars. If he really trying to win, I think, yeah, why not? Why not? I'm here for it. I think him and Goff have a nice rapport. Tall guy, still can run a little bit. You ain't really relying on him to be the number one guy. Even if you still keep J-Mo and Tesla, you got guys to spell him where he ain't got to come out there and be there. He on turf. I know Tampa and Detroit is on polar opposites, even from where he from. He from somewhere in Texas, Galveston. I believe that's where the great American boxer Jack Johnson, first black heavyweight champion there ever was, is from Galveston, Texas. So I think he got a good temperament to play here. I mean, he torched us plenty of times, and I get it where people talking about, well, this is not really a need, something like that. But guess what, man? The offense look a little bit more spooky with Mike Evans. Something that you didn't have. You didn't. Well, last time they had a big body receiver, you had Josh Reynolds, but he wasn't no Mike Evans. I mean, something I'm throwing out there. Evans, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tesla, and if you manage to keep Sam Laporta, and Drew Petzing was out there doing major things with Jacoby Brissett. the black golf, he was doing great things with the receivers they had. And had they caught the ball a little bit more, they might have had a chance. They just wasn't catching the ball. So I believe Drew Petzing has showed his versatility in Arizona. You know, he was able to, you know, do some things with with Kyler Murray. He was able to do some amazing things with Jacoby Brissett, statistically wise. So you put Mike Evans with J-Mo and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Egos ain't really there. If Mike talking about he trying to win, where the egos at? You know what I'm saying? St. Brown could be on the inside. Mike can go on the inside. Mike can take and Tesla can take the top off of it. Laporta and Amon-Ra can play the sticks. You really going for it then? And if, you know, Evans stick around a little bit longer than expected, so be it. Hey, man, charge it to the game. We can figure it out later, but we in the next year. If it don't break the bank, I would do it. And if I lost J-Mo, I would do it. I would do it. Because you know the type of character and the consistency, you know he gonna miss a few games. You know, and you know, they can get the job done regardless. But if I can bolster myself with a professional like Mike Evans, a pro's pro, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? That's my thing. Why wouldn't I, you know, get the job done with a pro's pro? So that's my whole thing about it. But yeah, if I'm him, you know, if I'm him, I mean, yeah, I would consider Detroit 8 games indoors, 7, guarantee 7 indoors, or 7 or 9, or 7, 8 or 9 indoors, because you're gonna be in Minnesota. They got a dome. You know, you got a competent quarterback that's gonna throw it. So yeah, I mean, shit, I would do it, but that's just me. Their offense would be very interesting. And what if Demo came back? You still can run and throw the ball. There's still a balance, because you got to think about the players that they got. When you look at it, you know, explosive plays. J-Mo, Mike Evans gonna get explosive plays. They don't need 10 explosive plays apiece. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs gonna give you explosive plays. So 3 of your weapons gonna be explosive. They might take 5 touches and they might have 100 or some yards. Amon-Ra is just gonna be a chain mover. Him and Laporta gonna be a good chain mover, and they both great red zone threats. So, you know, you really got 3 great red zone threats. You got Evans, you got Laporta, you got Amon-Ra, you got Montgomery if he stays, you got Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, it's hard to stop. You got Decker coming back. You probably still gonna draft a tackle. You're gonna shore up that offensive line, and it's tough to stop. That's tough to stop. Don't let you get a defensive end in there, another pass rusher, good cover linebacker. Your safeties come back healthy. You know, and hey, don't tempt me with a good time. But hey, that's all I'm looking at. But hey, I think Evans, if he price team friendly, you know, I won't say price really team friendly contract, but a good price. Hey, I'll do it. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link in the description to say follow me everywhere. First link in the description, you can follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.